Episode 13. We have brought you little cakes. Quentin is acting as Alice's psych ward nurse, giving her a potion that prevents her from harming herself. She once again asks Quentin why he had to do this, why he had to bring her back. And he tells her it's for the same reason that she wanted to bring Charlie back. He loves her. Penny is dealing with the consequences of having gone to the poison room. Without treatment that doesn't currently exist, he's not going to live more than 2 to 3 weeks. Katie is upset with how the Reynard thing went down. It wasn't a very satisfying ending. But with his new lease on life, Penny tells her that she shouldn't waste her time being mad about it. Julia is once again dealing with all of her emotions now that she has her shade back, and she is becoming one with her couch. Elliot goes to ask her if she still has that amulet that she got from the Lorien illusionist that allows one to be hidden, even from gods. He convinces her to join the fight for a free Fillory, telling her that with her emotions back, she shouldn't really be alone right now. Katie is back on her hater train and doesn't want to see Julia. Penny tells Elliot about the Great Blank Spot, telling him that in his book, Elliot went back to Fillory, trying to find a spell that could force Ember to take his little grubby hands off of Fillory before everything goes blank. So Elliot really needs to do anything but that. They can save Fillory if they subscribe to a free will universe. Katie wants to spend the rest of Penny's time with him relaxing in Tahiti, but Penny, ever the hero, still wants to save the world. Instead of taking them to Tahiti, he takes them to the library, where he gets put on probation due to the fact that he went into the poison room without authorization, and Katie ends up getting sent back to Earth. Margot and Josh find Fen chained in the fairy realm. The two realms overlap, so technically they're in the same place, just in different dimensions. But Fen isn't willing to leave without her baby. A girl. Margot has an audience with the Fairy Queen who tells her that she's not willing to renegotiate the baby, and also warns them that it's dangerous for them to be continuously displeasing Ember. They need to stop demanding things from him and instead offer to him. She gives them a plant that will be irresistible to Ember once it's baked in a cake. Elliot gets Quentin on the Save Fillory plan, telling him screwing up is inevitable. There are some things that you just can't fix, but right now, Fillory needs you. So Quentin goes to Umber, and Elliot goes back to Fillory to unratify King Idri and de-escalate the situation with Loria. Now human again, Idri and Elliot reconfirm their alliance by testing if Elliot's banishment means that the Fillorian marriage rules no longer apply to him. They don't. In order to get back to Fillory, Margot and Josh have to pay a toll to the fairies, which ends up being one of Margot's eyes. Elliot tells Margot about the upcoming Blink disaster and tells her they have to do what they do best. Act out with a total lack of empathy and impulse control? No. Party like the world depends on it. Because it does. Fillory Rager time! Quentin goes to appeal to Umber to come back to Fillory, but he tells Quentin that his talents would be better served trying to create something new instead of trying to fix the unfixable Fillory, and takes him inside Cuba. Cuba is a sad, bland, linear world. And upon Quentin's comment that it lacks chaos, the only chaos that Umber is able to bring himself to do is to drop a little bit of spaghetti onto the table. The Fillorians don't know how to throw a rager, but luckily, Josh knows how to bake a cake. Ember shows up due to the cakes and sees Elliot and goes, "Oh, I thought I banished you." Isn't that an interesting plot twist? I do like that. Elliot tries to pitch to him Fillory's newest chapter, but makes the mistake of bringing up Umber, which dampens the mood, and Ember goes, "Well, it was fun while it lasted. It's gotten boring now. Might as well destroy it." And he starts dismantling the world. While Quentin and Umber have been in Cuba, Julia has been transporting both of them into Fillory. In Fillory, she breaks open Cuba, and Quentin, and more importantly, Umber, appear. The brothers are reunited where Ember realizes that Umber betrayed him by faking his own death. He takes his anger out on Umber by killing him. After taking out his brother, he doesn't seem to be stopping, so Julia goes to distract him while Quentin grabs the magic sword and deals him an ending blow. Fillory is godless. Elliot and Margot bring constitutions to Fillory so that the new land of the free from the gods can make their own. Katie finds Harriet at a hot dog stand and tells her what happened with Penny. And Harriet is hesitant to help at first, but when Katie offers to use Penny as an unwilling double agent, Harriet agrees. Quentin goes back to Alice and tries to use Bacon to try to convince her about the good parts about being human. And if you thought Bacon would lead to horny time again, you would be right. Of course you are right. This is the Magicians. It's always horny time. During their pillow talk, Quentin brings up the fact that he killed Ember, and Alice freaks out. When she was a Niffin, she saw how the universe works, the entire magical plumbing of it all. Gods like Ember have parents, the old gods. And while to Ember, humans are like toys, to the old gods, they are nothing more than cells. And when those cells turn malignant, they amputate. There is an actual magical plumber of the gods that when the lesser beings are naughty, turns off magic. So now, magic's gone. Brakebills, on top of no longer having wards to keep it private and now having to rely on the old-fashioned chain link fence and no trespassing signs, can't teach magic anymore. They can only teach the theoretics of it in the hopes that one day it comes back. Friar Joseph comes to Alice telling her that he's dying. All of the creatures that relied on the wellspring to stay alive are dying. And he warns her that without her magic, all of the enemies she made while she was a Niffin are going to come find her. Without magic, Fillory sucks. It's like being plunged into the Dark Ages. And Elliot and Margot are having a difference in opinions of how Fillory should be ruled. Elliot still wants Fillory to become a democracy, but Margot says, without magic, these people need to be ruled. Fen comes back from the fairy realm by sacrificing a few of her toes in order to give the warning that the fairies are coming. Julia comes to visit Quentin at Brakebills, saying she has something really important to show him. She's actually able to still do a little bit of magic, sort of like how she did at the very beginning of the series. It's not a lot, but it means that magic isn't fully gone.